Hey, this is Elaine with Sweet Stampin'. How are you guys doing? Let me know if you can see and hear me and if everything's okay. I am coming to you live from Utah now, and we're having a cold day. I even saw a tiny bit of snow. A lot of people are hoping for snow here. I know there was a lot of snow and weather on the East Coast. I hope you are all doing well and you're safe. But not a whole lot of weather happening here. It's pretty dry, and when I came back outside, there was no snow anywhere to be found. So it would be nice to have a little bit of snow, I guess. It's a nice excuse to stay inside and craft, right? So I hope you have been able to do some crafting. I did a lot this weekend. I participated in Stampin' Up's virtual card retreat, their first one, using the exclusive stamp set and the lovely Blossoms bundle that I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to show you the cards that I made today. I still have one more to make. they are pretty fancy avid cards. They're not simple cards. So it's a really great way to learn some new techniques and some new fun folds. I can pretty much say that almost every card I learned a new fun fold or a new technique, and that's saying a lot after I've been crafting for almost 25 years. So it was a really good retreat, and it's still available if you want to purchase the retreat at Until Supplies Last. All the videos are up on their Facebook group and then will be on YouTube after, so you'll have access to it for quite a while. And it was really good. You'll see that the cards are really cool. Oh my goodness, Texas, ice and snowed in Texas. Wow. Yeah, we just need to balance it out, and you can send some of your snow over to the West Coast because the West Coast needs some precipitation, and I heard you guys had too much precipitation. So funny how that happens. But eventually things balance out as nature usually does. Okay, so let's see here. I'm just gonna check this, and I'm gonna make sure my wheel of names is ready, and I'm gonna show you the cards that I made last week. Hey Joan, and also Gwen in humid Hawaii. We need that humidity here, so send some of that here. And Carrie, there we go. I don't know why that wasn't working before. Okay, so back to there. And last week we did the lovely arrangements. So let's see, let's switch to this. And it's a really beautiful suite. So we had paper, we had this bundle, we had the cloud cover ribbon, super pretty. I want to use that lots more. And the embellishments, which were also used for the virtual card retreat. Can you tell which color was very popular? Yes, it was the Secret Sea, and not much old olive was used. I used a tiny bit, a little bit of white, a little bit of cloud cover. So this is just, these are really nice embellishments, and I'm gonna use more today. And there was also paper, so the paper was really cool too. It had all those different ones to make easy card fronts, the different patterns. So here are the cards, and I made a few more after the live. So here's a couple more that I made with the extra supplies that I had. So I showed you this lovely stripes embossing folder, and I embossed this piece and I cut it in half and added some of the DSP in between. And then there's where I used those old olive embellishments, as well as the cloud cover in the center of the flower. And then used a thank you from, I think this is from one of the kits. It's a very nice thank you. And like I mentioned, I need a lot of birthday cards and a lot of thank you cards. So I am low on my cards. I need to build back up my supply because I have so many birthday and thank you cards to send out. I'm behind, so I apologize if I am late in sending a birthday or a thank you card, but I will be sending them. So let's see. Hello. Oh, it's hard to read. Sangita Patel. Did I get that right? Welcome. Okay, so that was one of the ones that I made afterwards, and then this is another one that I made afterwards. I had some extra flowers and some extra little watercolored leaves that I did by spritzing the leaves after I inked them and then stamping them. And of course I had extra DSP, and the Celebrate is from one of the kits as well, so that's great for birthdays or whatever celebrations. So that's another one that I did. And then this is one that I started during the live, but I didn't finish. I originally had it tilted, and I don't know, it just wasn't working for me visually. So I just simplified it and pushed it off to the right, and then added some cloud cover embellishments. So I really like this color combination. It's really soft. It's really nice. It's really nice color combination. And then I did do this card, this little square card in the live, and I cut this little piece down to be square instead of rectangular. And then this is I'm gonna save this one for last because that one's fun. And then these are the simple ones that I did by just cutting out some of the images in the DSP. So like this one I did a gatefold card, you know, with the image, pretty simple. Another simple one, because they just have so many great images. So I took pictures of them, but I'm gonna be sending them out. Sangeeta, is that right? And you're in New Mexico? I don't think I've had anybody watch from New Mexico before, so welcome. Thanks for joining us. So this is the special card that I made at the end. And when you open it up, it's like a shadow box, a window box, pop up. So many different names for it. And so I added a flower here and just a simple happy birthday with another flower. And then you could add a sentiment in here, another flower arrangement, whatever you want, more DSP down here. It's a really fun card to do and a really fun card to decorate. So these are super fun. So lots of nice cards that I was able to make. And I still have pieces and I'm still making more because I feel like this coordinates with what I'm using today, and you'll kind of see that. So, oh, and which card did I say we were giving away today? I think we're doing this one. This one's a fun one for our giveaway. Okay, so I do a giveaway every week of one of the cards that I made from the previous week. And I have my little random wheel name generator. And I type in everybody's names who comments. And so I'm gonna go to the wheel. There's our wheel. And we're going to spin the wheel. And we're going to see who will be mailed this lovely card. Oh, Melanie. Yay, congratulations, Melanie. You are our winner of the card. And let's see here. Oh, I have too much stuff here as per usual. Okay. And so Melanie, I gotta write it down. I like to write it down. Melanie and Connie won our card last week, and Melanie won our card the week before. So super fun. So, oh, and I wrote that wrong. So I got to change that. I wrote lovely blossoms. That's what I'm doing today. And it was lovely arrangements. There's so many lovely things. Arrangements. And now we're doing lovely blossoms. Okay, so now I got that straight. So I'm going to grab, I have my little sticky notes here. Oops, I took the end off. Wrong end. This end I want to take off. Okay, and I'm gonna write Melanie's name on here, and then I can send this one off. So got that, and then wanted to show you something really fun, really new. Hi, Peggy and Elizabeth. Welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness, Elizabeth, it's pretty early there, yeah? Not too bad, actually. I was just talking to a friend in New Zealand this morning, and I think it was like 6 a.m. there, so it shouldn't be too bad right now, right? Yeah. And okay, so now I want to show you a couple of fun new things. You might have seen it, and this is part of it. So you might have heard that Stampin' Up has come out with a new stamp positioner, and it's super exciting. Demonstrators are able to pre-order it, so great reason to be a demonstrator. But if you sign up with my team to be a demonstrator starting February 3rd, so during February, you're going to get this for free. So this is a $50 product that you're going to have access to for free. It won't be available for purchase during this time. And it will be exclusive to the join offer. And this will be available, which is the paper. And it's really cool. It comes apart like this. And this is a plastic platform. And then our magnets have tabs on them, which is great because you can, you know, pull them away easily and they don't break, which was an issue with the previous one. And then there are tiny little holes here that fit into these little pegs. And then you can use that for your card. So let's go ahead and show you. Let's get out some paper here. So we've got some paper. And then you can just put the magnets on like wherever, which is kind of cool. You don't have to worry about being away from the side because it's not a hinge. And then you might be wondering what this little guy is. So this little guy allows you to do some, let's see, it goes this way, some repetitive stamping. So you can have a happy birthday stamp on here and you can stamp it and then you can position it again and stamp it and it'll be equally spaced all the way down, which is really, really fun to do. I really like that technique. So we'll try that out in a moment. And then if you notice, there's these little springy feet. See that? And so when you place this down, your stamp isn't going to touch your paper until you're ready. And when you're ready, you can press it down and then release it, and then it's going to be perfect. Okay, so let's try an experiment. Let's grab the happy birthday from the exclusive virtual stamp set, and then it's got a grid on it too, which is so cool. So it means you can get that on there straight, very straight. Okay, so let's see, I'm gonna start the happy birthday, and let's see if I want to start up here, or I think I'm gonna start right there. And you can of course move your paper to whatever you want. And I'm gonna do kind of a funky color scheme here. Okay, so I'm actually gonna start down here with the lightest color. How many of these can I do? Let's move this because I want to do more. So I'm going to start with Petal Pink, and you can ink it like this, or you can turn it over and ink it like this. So if you have the little tiny ink spots, this works really well too. Okay, so make sure that's inked really nicely. And then I'm going to put this in the second position that I want to do and just press straight down, and you can hold it because this is a lighter color, and you lift up and there it is. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little wipe to wipe that off, or you can use your chamois. And I'm going to go to the Berry Burst color, and I do like to use Versamark before I use any of the red colors, just to protect the stamp from becoming stained. But honestly, it doesn't really matter if it becomes stained because it still stamps the same. Okay, so I'm going to move my little magnet out of the way, and let's see, where do I go now? Can I go, is this the same one? That's the same one. So I have to go right here. Okay, so I have it lined up, and I'm just going to press it down and hold it, and then happy birthday. So it's really, really nice. Okay, and then let's do a couple more colors. Let's go ahead and just finish this, and then we'll find some fun ways to embellish this with some of the things from the virtual card retreat. And gosh, I really like this a lot. This is really, really cool. And this is helpful for people that don't have strong hands. And I have tendonitis, and I do not have strong grip strength. And so this is really nice to be able to just, you know, press down and not have to grip anything. I went to therapy for my arm and elbow, and one of the things that they tried to get me to do was to basically like strap a block to my hand so that I didn't have to grab the block, so that I could stamp like this. And I was like, well, that kind of takes away the point of the clear stamps, because if my hand is stamped to the block, I can't see where I'm stamping. And so obviously I did not do the strap thing. So this is perfect for helping me. I think my therapists would be very happy with this. And so last one, happy birthday. Okay. And then if I wanted like birthdays in between, I could shift this down to 1/2 inch, or quarter, 3/4, or a whole inch, and get more in there. So that would be cool too, but I'm gonna do the 4. But I am gonna see, I just kind of want to see. So it was right here, and then if I went 1/2 inch, and then I just put this in, whoops, did I move that over? I don't know how I did that. I thought, oh, I did move it over. It was right there. Okay, so now I have it lined up. Okay, and look at that. Perfectly in between. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the lighter color. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. And this happy birthday like fits perfectly in between. Okay, that's really cool. I must continue this. Yes, for 2-step stamping and for so many things. It's gonna be fantastic. So I'm gonna have to stamp off, since I already did those. So I have a little bit of scratch paper that I can stamp off on. Oh my goodness, this is way more fun. I mean, I knew it was gonna be cool, but this is like double, triple, super cool. Okie dokie. So here's my lighter happy birthday. Oh, not so good right there, but I can embellish that. We can embellish that. I think a chamois would be better, because then it doesn't have all the little like linen threads from the wipe. All right, let's see if petal pink will work. Maybe I should ink the petal pink first, because it looks pretty light. I'm gonna grab some ink. So here's my little storage for my ink refills, and then I punch, what size is this? 1/8, I think. Yeah, 1/8 circle and of cardstock, and put it on the top. Yes, this totally needed a re-inking, can you tell? And one thing you can do to smooth this out, the ink, is you can use your blending brush a little bit. You see how that kind of smooths it out? Yep. So you can do that. Okay, so let's try happy birthday. Nice and dark here. And then scratchy paper. Gosh, you could even use this without the positioner, and I think it would work really nicely for stamping. I might do that. Okay, here's the lighter petal pink. Yeah, okay. I knew it was going to be super light, but that's okay, because we have the berry burst on top, and that's going to help it. And we can do some embellishing there too. Okay, so I am going to do the Versamark thing again. And then let's get some berry burst ink. I like this one. And I'm going to stamp it off. And then we're going to start with our lighter one up here. Oh my gosh, what do you guys think? I think that is so cool. Super fun. Okay, I'm definitely gonna play with this more. I'm gonna do all my stamping on it. Uh-oh, what am I gonna do with my blocks? No, blocks are still good. But yeah, let's play with this today. Okay, so ink's back over here. And grid paper is also available separately. It will be available separately as well. And yeah, and then of course, if you have something big, then whoopsie, you can use these two and press the whole thing down. That is so cool. And the magnets look thin enough so that they could be holding it there, but you would still be able to stamp your image. Very cool. Yeah, so this is cool. This is really cool. They've made a lot of great improvements from the other one, as well as they have this foam backing, so it's gonna hold it in place. So it's not, oh, just kidding, mine slips everywhere. But you can put some rubber feet there, and that will help. But honestly, I didn't have trouble because I was just pressing up and down. So I don't know that that would be like a huge issue or something. So let's see storage-wise if I could go like that. Nope. So I have to just store this separately. Okay, that is so fun. Okay, but now there's so many more things I gotta show you. Okay, where do I put this? Can you believe my table is completely full of stuff? Okay, next. I just got this today, so I thought if I put in my new address to Stampin' Up that it would change my paper pumpkin address for me, and I was wrong. So my paper pumpkin went to San Jose, and I had to ask our realtor, who's kind of watching our house, to please like rush send it to me, and I just got it today. So next week we're going to be playing with this paper pumpkin. This is sweet, what's it called? Special delivery. Special delivery, sweet special delivery. So it comes with a stamp set. Love, and just for you, airmail, happy Valentine's. So super cute. And what ink spot color? Poppy Parade. And then I've already started popping some things out. So there's labels, there's flowers, there's more flowers. Of course, I cut this card in half. There's all these little postage thingies that are super cute. And then there's some little note cards. These I can tell are smaller sized. So these are a little bit smaller. So there's 3 of those. And then there are some pink ones too. I'm pretty sure this is bubble bath. So some bubble bath, some white, and then some postage-like features. And so pretty, the envelopes. And guess what I'm gonna be doing with the envelopes? Yes, I'm gonna be cutting them all up because you can use this piece and this piece and this piece. Don't forget this piece. So all of those are gonna get cut up. And this is the guide that comes inside with all of the color instructions. And then the add-on dies, and this little postage die goes perfectly with this, as well as the flowers and the beautiful. They all complement this really nicely, and it tells you all the other colors here that the kit uses. And the bonus is when you sign up for Paper Pumpkin with me, a subscription or a paid subscription, prepaid subscriptions, you are going to get the tutorials that my group does. And like I've said before, the tutorials are incredible, and they are from top Stampin' Up demonstrators, current artisan designers, and past artisan designers. It's so amazing, the tutorial. Or you can purchase it for $15, which is a steal. You're getting 12 to 14 tutorials, so you're getting them for like $1 something each, which is crazy because we spend hours on our tutorials and then we edit each other's. So $1 a tutorial is crazy. Okay, so yes. Oh, Melanie, next week. Long story. Okay. Yes. I already saw one of the alternatives because my partner sent it to me and I looked it over to edit it, and it looks great, and it's a super cute card, and I love her cards. She's new to our group, but I'm really glad that she's part of the group because I think she'll be a great addition. And here's some more flowers. And I usually get 2 kits just in case I need extra, or I can sell the second kit, or for any other possible reason. But I'm going to be showing you some alternatives with this kit next week and talk more about the tutorials. We're called the Paper Pumpkin Creatives tutorials next week. And I am going to be working on my tutorial for the tutorial pack to see if I can get that done before the end of the month. So wish me luck with that. It's not like I have anything else to do. Okay, so Paper Pumpkin coming next week. Now where do I put this? Okay, so now the virtual album retreat was a 2-day event. It was about 7 hours each day. And of course I wasn't able to attend the whole time. So all the videos were recorded. So I've been going back and watching the videos, and they'll be in the Facebook group for a while, and they still have some kits available. So in our kit, we received a pack of basic white cardstock and paper, so exclusive paper, and my paper is all cut up. And what was really cool about the paper is, I don't think you'll see it because I've cut them all up. Oh, I know. This one over here has it on there. On the back of the paper were numbers. So this goes to card number 2. And there were dotted lines to show me where to cut. So I didn't have to worry about what size it was. I could just turn the paper over and cut it and have it all ready for the card retreat. So this is the card I have left to do, number 2, and it's gorgeous. So I'll be sharing that with you as well later when I finish it. But we got quite a few pieces, and we got, this is an exclusive design for the card retreat. And then, too many pieces. And then of course, this is another design, and this one. And then there is this one. This is kind of like the pretty one. And then, oh my gosh, I don't think I have any more. This is all I have left of the black and white one. That one got used a lot. And then, oh, I do have another piece. And I just love these colors together. They did kind of a 2-tone cardstock thing, but they did it on separate sheets so that we could make the cards. So I'm definitely gonna make a card with all of that. And then there's bubble, oh, it's super pretty, this paper. And then the stamp set, the exclusive stamp set, is called the 2026 Virtual Card Making Retreat. And it has this really pretty image of flowers that coordinate with the paper, and then 2 separate flowers. This is where I got the happy birthday from. But I love this font with thanks, love you, congrats. Those are like perfect, and perfect font, perfect size. I think they're great. And then this cute little line design, as well as friend and so much. So you can thanks so much, love you so much. Congrats so much doesn't really, congrats friend, love you friend, thanks friend. So happy birthday friend, and hello. And this is really cool. It's just a texture stamp where the words have been muddled a little bit, so it just adds texture, and it's really cool. I'll show you a couple places where we use that, but just really cool stamp set. And then we also used the, oh, I got it wrong, the Forever Florals. That's the one. Oh, I'm all mixed up. Okay, so Forever Florals. So we used these stamps as well to go with this. Okay, So that's the paper, that's the stamp set, and now the best part, the cards. So each card had an envelope with it that we decorated. So this is one of the cards. It's not typically a card I would make. I'm not a very geometric card maker, and these pieces were embossed using that line stamp, so it was a lot of work, but each of these cards were supposed to be a new technique, learning something new, trying something new. And so even though these weren't necessarily my style or cards that I would normally make, I appreciated the chance to try something new and to experiment and see, you know, if any parts of this I wanted to add to my repertoire. So this paper, we stamped the word texture stamp on it to add texture to it. And then the strips were woven. And then I gave up. And I didn't weave the bottom ones because I wasn't fully listening, and I had already stuck them down, and so I was trying to peel them up to weave them, but the glue was already working and the paper was tearing, and I was like, no, it's too late. So I kind of weaved them. I think I was almost successful on, no, not the white piece. So I did partial weaving on the top and no weaving on the bottom, but if I didn't point that out, would you have even noticed? Yeah? Yeah, it would be great for masculine. That's a great idea. Yeah, so so that I actually enjoyed more than I thought I would, because when I saw the card, I was like, this is not my style at all. But I said, Elaine, you're just gonna try it and learn from it and see what you think. And so definitely stamping on DSP with texture stamps, I really like that. I like embossing this on strips. It was a little hard. I didn't use the embossing buddy. I should have used the embossing buddy, and I think that would have come out a little crisper and cleaner. But I was learning a new technique, and it was fun, and I really liked this card. And the weaving, yeah, I might do weaving one day. Yeah. Let's see. Flower that's similar, fragrant flowers. Yes, the fragrant flowers are similar. Let's see if I have my catalog here. I don't, but yes, but they're in a different bunch. So it's a little bit different. Yeah. And this doesn't have the flowers that fill the leaves. So, but there is one. I know what you're talking about. Can't exactly remember. Okay, so here's the first card. I think this is card number 1. And this one, we used the dies to just cut the 2 edges. Let me grab the dies. I forgot to bring those over as usual. But these are the dies that go with the Forever Florals. And so this die right here is super cool. So instead of just doing, you know, the typical die, we did the edges. Isn't that cool? So that's one kind of new thing. Usually I do maybe 1 edge, but I didn't think about doing 2 and then having the center be the focus. It's just nice. And then we stamped on the envelope, and then we did a really cool trick to create the little like polka dots. Do you see the little dots? It was really, really cool. And if you want to find out, you'll have to do the virtual retreat, because I'm not going to share that one. Oh. You guys are like, oh, what a tease. And then this is one that I really, really liked. The color combination is the same one that I did for all those happy birthdays. I kind of messed up on the envelope. So I did the shading, and I did the shading well, and then I went to stamp and I missed, and so I went to stamp again, and I kind of got the shadow thing. So I might do another one. Maybe. I'll think about it. But usually, right, the envelope you throw away, I don't know. So that one I really liked. It's really pretty. Let's keep them on camera. And then this one, we colored the paper. So the paper was black and white, the DSP, and we colored the background cloud cover, and I thought it was super pretty just with the cloud cover. Really pretty. Yes, white chalk markers can work, but we did not use a white chalk marker for that one. So something a little different. So I'm going to untie this. So they used linen twine. I used some of the old olive twine that I had from something else because it matched perfectly. And then cool, I don't usually stamp the insides of my cards this much or color them this much, but each card kind of had designs on the inside. So we put some of the DSP on the inside, stamped on some of the DSP, stamped the inside of the card, stamped the other side of this little piece. And then this piece is stamped too with this really cool, I love flower cluster stamps. I don't know why, I just think they look so cool. And we stamped that around. So this is really cool. I haven't made a card like this. So a fun take on a gatefold card. And then just tying this closed, ding. So, and then we colored that too. So really pretty, really fun. And then this, I really like this one a lot. So we took this stamped image and we cut it in half. And then part of the image is here and part of the image is up here. And then we added some of the flowers. So, and then we stamped on the DSP, did some embossing. Super pretty. Super pretty. Okay, this one I just finished last night. And again, kind of not my style, but I love this card. I think this is so cool. We clear embossed. We stamped the word stamp on there. And I think it turned out really nicely. Really cool. Definitely good for a masculine card. Did some of the emboss resist on the envelope there. And that's a fun little bit of texture there. So I really like this one. I think, you know, might make another one like, you know, similar to this. So I really ended up liking this one. This one was definitely one of my favorites. I love these colors together. I love the technique that they did. So you open it up and it has, you know, the second part to the message. No, there's sticky stuff on there. Get the sticky stuff off. And we stamped on the die piece. So we used this die right here. We cut out a flower cluster and stamped on the lighter one. And then we did a really cool technique to get this piece right here. So I'm not going to tell you that one either. You're going to have to take the class to learn that one. But really cool. This is definitely one of my favorites. And then we did, let's save that card for a moment. We did this one. So we punched out all these little flower pieces and did some stamping and put them behind. We colored on the die cuts, and then we used some of the popped out flowers on the card, added some twine. I think it's really nice. And then we just did some very simple stamping along the edge of the envelope. And then I keep forgetting to show you the insides. So just did a little bit of stamping on the inside there. And then this one, you saw the inside. And then I don't think I did anything on that inside. And then we just stamped a little bit of the flower in the corner. I think I forgot to stamp those. Well, gosh, let's just stamp them right now. They were bubble bath, and there's this cute little stamp that fills those in that come from, so this stamp is from the virtual stamp set, and then this one is from the Forever Florals. So you just turn it that way or this way, and it just stamps that right in there. And then if you want, you can color the center, but I think it's really pretty. So that's the inside of that one. We said no inside of that one. I showed you the inside of that one. I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. Same thing, except, whoopsie, I didn't mask. I forgot to put a mask on the side here. So when I was coloring, I got some of the color there. But I figure, you know, I could just put a strip that says, love you so much, like happy birthday or thank you or something right there. So, or just right on top of it and it'll be fine. And then get the boo-boo envelope. And then what did I do? I don't think I did anything inside here. Some of them, these were all supposed to be on white cardstock card bases, but some of them I just put them on the color card base that I felt like they were trying to get. So this one I put on the color card base. This one I put on the color card base, but then I took a piece of white and added what they added to the inside of the card base. So I did that too. Okay, there's still more, 15 cards. Okay, and then this one is a shaker card. But I put, as per normal, I put too much stuff in it because I like all the little bits in there. So this is a new product that Stampin' Up came out with called Flip Flaps that they got from another company. And so we filled the flip flaps with all those little pieces from that one other card that had all those little flowers. Where did it go? Here it is. So all these other ones we stuffed in there, and then I cut out some of these out of gold foil. They cut them out of white and embossed them, but I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna cut them out of gold foil. And then I did emboss the thanks and the edge in gold. And it was originally a congrats card, which would be beautiful for a wedding, but like I said, I need thank you cards. So I made it a thank you card. And we cut all the strips and stamped on them. And again, I'm not a very geometric kind of card maker, but I really like how this turned out. I think it looks really nice. So this is something that I could definitely do on a card or add to a card. So seriously, each card I learned different things and different ideas. Okay, so here's the next card, just stamping on the flap of the envelope, and then adding some little, cutting a die in half and adding them on the top and the bottom. I've done that before. Taking an image, cutting it in half and adding it on two sides. I've done that before. So this one, I've done most of the things before. And again, I just added a piece of white and then stamped that inside. So, but this one's really, oh, okay. So the thing I haven't done before is creating this background. You can see that it's striped. So they taught us a fun way to create this background. So you'll have to take the class to learn that one. And then this one, I've seen this technique before where they use they use a die to create a buckle and then tuck it in. But unfortunately, this is the thin paper and the embossed part is tearing. So I might have to cut this out of real card. I think I'm gonna cut it out of real cardstock so that it's stronger. Because right now it's tearing, no. But this is super pretty. And another cute thing is we stamped some of the flowers randomly on the circles. And I think that looks super cute. Super cute. Okay, more. This one I really loved too. And we just, used a blending brush to color in the flowers and then a sponge dauber to make the centers darker, which I really love doing. And this card is a trifold, When I do trifolds, I like to add them on a card base, so I cut it down a little bit more, and then you open it up. I think I was supposed to stamp on that. I'll take a look at that later, but we stamped on that. And then, yeah. And then they showed us a trick on this piece here. That was really cool. And theirs is a little bit different. I did some boo-boos on my stamping, so I covered them up with the flowers and did a different sentiment, which you, again, would never have known if I didn't tell you. So, okay, and then we have this card I completely changed. They had woven pieces through here in oranges and petal pink and green, and I just didn't like it at all. So, you know, 1 out of 15, that's not bad. So I changed it up and I did some flowers underneath the little circles. I stamped the flower cluster on the edges. I think some embellishments or ribbon would be good on this card. So I'm still kind of finishing this card up. So this one's a lot different from the original card, but that was my choice to do that. And then we have this card. This card's really interesting. So we did a frame and embossed this. And again, that paper we colored and added some little dots around the flowers. And then this one, this piece right here, we colored with the blends and added some of those flowers. And then this is the cool part. You open this up and we used the flip flaps. And where did that piece go? I messed up on the first one, the You're on My Mind piece. And so I want to redo that one. So I took that one out. So that's why I thought I put it back. Oh, there it is. You're on My Mind. So it would look like this. And then these open up. Isn't that cool? Yep, and then we colored all of that. So there was just something on there that was making it all muddy. And so I want to redo that one. So I'm gonna stick that in there, but I like it a lot. It's really pretty layout. It's a pretty card. So pretty. Okay, and then this will be the last card, and it's super pretty. So I'm excited to make that one. And then I took some pieces from the extras. So this piece might look familiar because I used it for the card with all of the blending. And where did that card go? Sorry. Let's see if I can get my camera back. So I had a call and I have it set so it doesn't call, but somebody was able to ring through, which is interesting. So sorry, I have to log my phone in again. So log in and then let me know if I'm still here. It says I'm still live. Okay. And I'm gonna go here and go back here. Okay. And this should be, sorry, do not disturb right now. Okay, sorry about that. I had do not disturb set up. So I'm gonna have to double check that. Okay, let me know if you can see me, if I'm back on. Okay, so I'm back on. Sorry. And let me check this. Okay, I'm still here. Okay, good. Okay. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so back to this view right here. Can you see my hands now again? So this piece right here. Okay, so I was talking about this piece. I don't know where I cut off, but how I used it to create this card and envelope. And I thought it would be cool to try to create a card with this piece. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I stamped those two in the corners, kind of like this one, but I'm gonna put it behind and then layer it on this is supposed to be Secret C, but to me it's like gray. It's a lighter Secret C, I guess. And then do a double layer of it on the white, and then do thanks like that, and then do so much friend, or thanks friend, or thanks so much, one of those two. What do you think? Let me know what you think. Okay. Okay, so just lost picture on the phone. Okay, so I'm seeing the playback a little bit delayed on my computer. Okay, so that's gonna be an extra card that I am gonna make with the extra things. Okay, so I do wanna make a card today. So let's, oh, I'm gonna redo that. So, whoops, there it is. So I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna put all these back in here, but super cool. It's still available, and I'm gonna have to tell the person that's pinging me. I'll call her back. Doing my live. I'll call you after. Okay, so doing that, okay. So here's the Forever Florals. It's available to everyone. Oh, I lost my phone again. Ugh. Why? I don't get it. Okay, sorry. One more time. Elaine. Okay. Zoom that in. Okay, go to this view. Okay, am I back now? You can see my hands now, right? Okay. Gosh, I'm gonna have to check that out, because I specifically did a do not disturb that like nobody can ring through, even my family. And so that's interesting that she got through. Okay, but Forever Florals is available, and it coordinates with the virtual card making retreat, and the stamp set was made to coordinate with it as well. They are gonna do another card retreat this year, as well as their virtual scrapbooking retreat. So I did the virtual scrapbooking retreat, and I really enjoyed that too, and I got the whole album done. I haven't put any pictures in it, but the whole album is done. Eventually I'll put pictures in it. Okay, so let's get out all this delicious DSPs, and we can put together a card. So I just want to get out like whatever, so I can use whatever. So they did like half of the piece of paper in the dark and half in the light. So that's what you're seeing here. And you can kind of see it there, yeah. So, but so many fun papers. So I think that's good right there. Those are kind of my favorite ones, my favorite colors, and we're gonna do it on white. All of the cards were pretty much on a white background, and I think it looks really nice with the white. I'm gonna put this aside so I've got some room. Some room. And then they gave us little pieces. So these are pieces I already cut out, but they gave us these pieces, and there are quite a few extra. So these are the leaves, and these are the flowers. And so let's see. Let's stamp these in the berry burst since I'm doing the berry burst. And there's a little, oops, sorry. There's a little flower and a big flower. So here's the little flower. Okay. And I'm just rotating. Sorry, my head's gonna get in the way because I'm trying to get this right in the middle there. Oop, oop. Not bad. Okay. So it is a little trickier to stamp like after it's already die cut, but using a dark background like this really helps see better. Okay, so I'm gonna clean that off, and then we're gonna do the large flower. So this is the large flower, and then there's this gap right there that helps me kind of line this up. So one flower. I'm just gonna do one, that was not good, of those. I'm gonna save the other ones because I want to make more cards. Okay, so that's the, and then, did I use this for, I think I did. So now I'm gonna color these, doing one of the same techniques that we did. And I'm just gonna take some berry burst. I'm just gonna color that. Super fast coloring. Shabam, colored. Like when you wanna, you know, add some color really quick. Oh, my finger got in the way. There you go. Let's, maybe a little bit more right there. And then to add the dark, no, actually I'm gonna do something different for the darker. I'm gonna wipe off my finger. And okay, so those are the flowers. And we'll save these flowers for another time. And then I do have this piece. And they gave us a whole bunch of banners. So I still have extra banners, and they gave us die cut pieces for the large flower. So definitely using those, but they're gonna be on another card. So we'll use one of these banners, and we'll put that aside for now. I think we'll use the banner. Okay, so now I think I wanna do a couple of leaves. Oh, stuck, okay. So let's do some leaves. And we have old olive. So I'm gonna do the old olive for the leaves. So just gonna stamp right in there. This probably needs to be re-inked as well. So there we go. I'll just do them all. I don't know how many I'm gonna use, but I'm just gonna do them all. Or maybe not, maybe I'll do 5. 5, we'll do 5. I'll save this one for the other ones in case I decide to use different colors. We did one with the secrecy and I thought that was really cool. Okay, so now for these, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna use the stamp that fills in the leaves with the lemon lime. I'd already put it away. And so this just fills in the leaves, or you could color them with the blends. And the amazing thing to me is these 3 leaf sizes look totally different, like 3 different leaf sizes. But watch this. This is going to fit, look at that, inside each leaf. I don't even know how it's possible. That's magic. That's totally magic. So it looks like it fits this one perfectly, right? And then this one, it doesn't look like it's gonna fit. That one just blows my mind every time I stamp that one, because it looks fatter down there. I don't know. I think it's really cool. Okie dokie. So let's do a couple more. But so that's one way, or blending brush or whatever. I'm gonna just put those aside for now. Okie dokie. And then we have our papers. Ooh, 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 ooh. So we have the light berry burst and the dark berry burst, and there's too many choices. It's too hard to pick. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Maybe something like this way. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I kind of like it. Is it too much? I don't know, we'll try it out. Okay, so this is 5.5. So if this is 12, oh, it's not gonna fit. 5.5, I'm just gonna measure it down here and then eyeball it, and then I'll trim it off later. And then these pieces, I'll just do like an inch, no, like an inch and a quarter. Let's do an inch and a quarter. And then an inch and a quarter of this one. Let's do this side. The other side kind of had a folded corner on it. And then I already did, which side is this? I don't know. Okay, yep. And then I already have that. And then, I don't know. Maybe do a little bit of this on the other side. I'm trying to add way too many pieces in here, but I love them all. I love all these colors. They're so cool. Okay, I ran out of room, but if I make it tighter, then I could do it. Okay, sorry, bubble bath. It's just too much. That's already probably too much, but I like it. Okay, so what other things did they give us, or what else could I do? Because I just really like this paper. We could do kind of like, is that the large one? I think this is the large one. Kind of like falling flowers. Stick it on there. Okay, push up, sorry. Okay, that's different. I feel like that would be for a card going the other way. So I want to have these, maybe I'll make these tighter. And then we can do a circle. Let's look for a little circle. And then we can do, you know, big flower, little flower, dot, 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 and a sentiment. Yep, we'll just create like a little simple card like that with this one. And gosh, I think I could even cut those in half. I might do that. So let's cut these in half, or kind of half, because I don't think I'm gonna need that much. And I am a paper hoarder, I admit it. So should I go light, dark, or dark and then light, and then green, and then, yeah, I feel like the dark is good. So let's start with the dark piece. I'm just gonna do one line of adhesive down. Oh, I just noticed that. Joan, did you say that before or after? Great minds think alike. Okay, that's neither side looks nice. Where are my scissors? Not those scissors, these scissors. Okay, let's just trim that off a tiny bit. The one problem is it has that white background or white core, and so if there's any tearing on the sides, you can see the white. I don't want to see the white. So now this lighter piece of bubble, nope, a berry burst. I'm just gonna put those up together. And then we'll do our fun little piece of green. And maybe I'll do that fun stamping thing that we did on the other piece. On this one too, where we just did a couple of the flowers. I like that. I think that's fun. So just stamp a couple on here and put two together and then turn them different ways. Cute! I just think that's super cute. Okay, did that. And then our lovely, lovely piece right here. It's a little bit wider, but I think that'll be okay, and we'll trim it. Is it supposed to be this piece? I just guess I cut it too long. So okay, I'm just gonna put this on and then we'll trim off all the excess. Okay, so this one, I'm just gonna cut the whole bottom. Ooh! Sorry, that was loud. And this one, I can just cut the paper. Okay. Pretty. Yep, we'll do our white circle on dimensionals, but first we need to stamp a sentiment. So, a sentiment. So we've got love you, hello, congrats, thanks. I need thank you cards, right? So let's do a thanks. And let's do it in berry burst. Berry, berry, berry burst. And, whoops, stamp it in the Versamark, and then we'll put the thanks kind of over here. Nice. And, whoops, did I get that all over me? Nope. Okay, so now we can pop this up, and my dimensionals are here somewhere. It was funny, they had a lot of discussions about dimensionals, and if you started like from the row from one side and went to the other, if you just grabbed it from the middle, whether or not you used the edges, cut the edges. So it was kind of interesting to hear what different people do. Oh, I'm covering up all of my fun stamping. Oh well, but it should go about right there. Or I can pull it over a little bit. Ooh, maybe I could do it over here. And that way I get to see all my cute little stamping, but I might cover it up with a flower. Maybe I could do ribbon right there. Okay, we're just going right there. Just so many things. Oh, and then I want to do, I said, berry burst markers, because I want the centers to be darker. So I'm gonna see what the light one looks like first. Okay. And then you could even do the dark. You could do some dots if you wanted to do that. Yeah, the dark is going to be too dark. So let's just do the light, just a tiny bit. And then we can just do some dots with this. Give it some more texture in the middle. I might end up putting embellishments in the middle, so I don't know if that was really necessary. So dimensionals on each flower. Start with the largest flower up in the middle, and then do the next two flowers on either side. And then we'll tuck the leaves in, and we'll just do mini dimensionals for the leaves. Eventually I end up, you know, doing the row thing. And then a lot of times I'll just trim this little piece off so that I can get it in there farther. This one I don't need to go, whoops, I need to go a tiny bit farther because I don't want to be off the edge of the card and then I can't fit it into the envelope. Okay, and then this side, oops, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go to this side, and then this one we will just put like over here. Or nope, nope, over here. So that's fun. Oh no, I can see the white right there. So another thing that you can do is you can take your brush, your blending, actually I am gonna trim that because it's kind of rough too. And you can just color the bottom of it and then it's like less noticeable, I think, like that white bothering me. Okay, so embellishments. Ooh, I think we can use the old olive on this one. I think that'll be nice. So let's do old olive and let's do one over here. And then I remember I was trying to describe how I place my embellishments a couple months ago, and at the virtual retreat, the designer mentioned how she does it, and that's what I was looking for. That's kind of how I do it. So basically it's a triangle, right? But it's not a equilateral triangle. What triangle? Where all the sides are equal. It's an isosceles. So 2 longer sides and 1 shorter side. So these are closer to each other than they are to this, usually. But you can do your card however you want. Okay, so that's my card for today. Only did 1 card today. This will be our giveaway for next week if you commented and shared today. But I hope you enjoyed seeing all the cool cards from the virtual card retreat. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot of really good techniques and kind of did things I normally wouldn't do. Again, I think this is my favorite, but I also really like that one a lot too. And so I highly recommend it. If you're even partially interested, I think you would really love it. I don't know where this envelope, oh, these are just extra envelopes. So I have some more envelopes to try to fix that other one with. But it was a really great retreat and I really enjoyed it. It's still available until supplies last, so you can still get it. They also have their, I think, Brushed with Beauty class is still available. It's a little bit different. You don't get product with the class, but the virtual retreats, you get product. So you get stamp sets, paper, dies sometimes. So that's kind of the difference there. And I think the Traditions of Christmas one might still be available, the Christmas one. And they are coming out with a new one. I just saw it, and it's using, I think, the lovely arrangements that I did last, no, it's using the Lovely Blossoms. So that's the one that's in the catalog. So I'll probably be doing that one too. I like getting the ideas and seeing how the designers like to create cards. So it was designed by the head designer, Melody, and designed by one of my favorite designers at Stampin' Up. I really like her designs over the years. So it was really great. So let me know if you have any questions about it, if you're interested in it, if you want to know more about it. And meanwhile, If you want to get that stamp positioner, you can get it now if you're like, oh, I can't wait, and sign up and pre-order it, or you can get it for free starting February 3rd when you join my team. Let me know if you have any questions about that. And don't forget, bonus days are wrapping up, so every $50 order you can get a $5 coupon. And the January product of the month is going to, well, actually that's until supplies last. So that might not necessarily go away, but after February 3rd, it will be until supplies last. And you can get that for just $5 when you place a $75 order. And then there will be a new product of the month in February. So lots of fun things going on, lots of fun things coming up. Be on the lookout for some virtual classes of my own that I will be doing. I will be doing a Valentine's class, card class. It won't be virtual this time, but kits will be available with tutorials. So that will be available, but I will be having a virtual class coming up soon. And I'm starting to post my 2026 schedule on my website, so you can check that out. And I will be posting more about virtual classes on my website as well. If you have any questions or suggestions on the virtual retreats or anything else, just contact me, let me know, Elaine@sweetstampin.com. And I would love to help or incorporate your suggestions and comments. So thank you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your week, a great rest of your January. I will see you in February with the January paper pumpkin kit. I'm a week behind, but I'm going to be showing you some alternatives with the January paper pumpkin kit. And then I will be doing some of the bundles and suites from the online exclusives and the new mini catalog. There's so many products that I'm excited to play with and show you fun things to do with them and make with them. So thanks for joining me today. Make sure to comment so you can get into the raffle to win that card that I made today. And make sure to subscribe and sign up for alerts so that you know when I go live. It's every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. So that's 3 p.m. Pacific Time, and then 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm in the mountain zone now. So I'm kind of in the middle now. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys next week.